Music and life to the full. xRhythms.
Hi, I'm joined today by José Kelly, rapper, entrepreneur. So you're originally from Mozambique and then you moved to Portugal and you now live in Oxford. And your song O-Town I was listening to it and it was like a real love letter to Oxford. So what is it about Oxford?
No, I wasn't actually sure in the beginning. Obviously the architecture is a beautiful city, but at the same time, I've just made some of the most special friendships, that I have right here. I rebuilt my relationship with my family right here. I found my purpose right here. I found, my passions and my dreams right here. So I think it's a combination of all of it.
What were the big cultural things from going from Mozambique to Oxford?
Mozambique, I had a lot of freedom. Everything was safe. People were very open. It felt like everybody was family. Me being a 5-year-old, I could just go out and play the whole day. If I was hungry, I could knock on my neighbor's house and be like, oh, I'm hungry. We'd have some food and then, hang out. In Oxford, it's a little bit more different. I think the main difference is that here, everybody has their own life. Everybody's going in their own direction. But there's a special, few who, if you manage to connect with, you can, actually build stuff with. I just like the atmosphere and all the opportunities that are here in Oxford, to actually make a difference.
So were you writing songs before you became a Christian, or did they kind of come at the same time?
I used to write all the time. Like whenever I did something and upset my mother, like I couldn't go up to her and be like, I'm sorry because, I didn't know how to express myself. So I'd write her letters.
You read her a rap about it?
You know what I mean? So it starts with literally just a normal letter, but then you have to become more creative so that she cannot believe that you're sorry. So you start writing poems, you start writing different stuff. Whenever I needed to express myself, I'd sit down and write as well. But it was never like, oh, I'm writing music, I want to make songs, It was just, this is the only way, I can say what I mean to say. I only started writing music after becoming a Christian.
What is your writing process like, kind of leading from that? Is it something you do on your own, or is it like really collaborative, lots of people around you?
Most of the songs that I write, like 90% of the songs, I say this all the time, never actually come out because for me, it's still an outlet. It's still a way for me to process my thoughts and my emotions. But I'm inspired by, spending time with people. So, for example, Old Town, if you play the song in the beginning, you can hear a voice note, which is like us just laughing in the car. And that's literally what the song came from. We had a conversation that day, and he was like, you know what, this city is special. So I decided to write about it. But when we're recording, when we're making music, it's more, collaborative. People come into the studio and they say, Jose, this is not good enough. You need to do this better. Oh, I love this part. Why don't you make this part stand out a little bit more? So it's a mixture of both.
In your song, Pain and Strife, it kind of talks about some of the struggles you faced in the past, specifically that transition of, I can't even imagine how hard it would be moving to a country and just not speaking the language. So whenever you're writing, I think it's like therapeutic to write about it right then, or I know some people prefer to have some time afterwards and then kind of look back on it with a different perspective and then write.
And then write. I think both, to be honest. But when I'm going through something, I like to spend time actually dealing with it rather than, oh, let me turn this into a song, because that can be, a bad cycle. When I'm like through it, when I've already experienced it, I need to write it. I need to tell my story because I know I'm not the only person who has felt this way, because it's easy to believe, oh, I'm the only one going through something. And we think that vulnerability pushes people away, but actually when you come out and say, this is how I feel inside, that's when people say, you know what, I feel the same way. And then you're able to, heal together.
So is there one key takeaway that you hope young people in your audience take away from your music?
I need everybody that listens to my music to know that there's a purpose for their lives. If God can take me from, Africa, Southeast Coast, knowing 0% English, and if God can use somebody like that to, make a difference in the world we live in, He can use anybody. Some of you may feel like you are in a better place. Take that to your advantage. Allow Him to use that to, fulfill your purpose. But some people like me may feel like, oh, I don't have gifts, I don't have talents. And God is like, that's okay. That's okay. I can work with that. All He needs is literally for you to say, all right, I'm right here.